The Boston Celtics win against the Washington Wizards. What even was the score? 108-96. If I told you that the Celtics were going to beat the Wizards by 12 points before today started, you'd probably be honestly a little bit disappointed, but you'd be like, yeah, it's not that surprising. But man, it was not a 12-point win. From the jump, really. That was one of the more disgusting basketball games I have ever seen in my entire life. Shout out Jaylen Brown for respecting the cup. Shout out the Washington Wizards for not understanding how point differential works or the strategy to make the point differential better for them, because they just fouled us every single time, sending us to the line while they weren't scoring on the other end. Like, free throws versus your own offense, you're going to lose that battle. Like, if you're actually trying to win the game, then fouling makes sense because that's like the only way to stop the clock. Point differential wise, did not make any sense to me. Maybe I'm missing something there, but we appreciate it. We pushed this game out to 12 points. Yes, this would have easily been our worst loss of the year. This was probably the worst we've played. The Hawks game was very close. But winning, absolutely, RJ, makes things feel a hell of a lot better. And yeah, never apologize for a win. So let's just start with player of the game. If we're handing out a game ball tonight, I think you can make the argument for Jaylen Brown, and I wouldn't have any problems with it. 31 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers. The field goal percentage for everybody was quite bad tonight, except for some of the role players. I got to give it to Luke Kornet, though, man. Like, shout out Luke Kornet. And it's good to see this performance from Luke again, man, because you watch the Cavs game. I think Luke had a little bit of an up and down start to the season, but I don't feel like he really got given full run. Like, this is the most I feel like we've seen Luke in ages. The Corn Star, the Pornhub was in fine form today. Luke dominated. Everybody was happy to see Luke tonight. Battling on the boards. Solid on offense. Defensively, had some great help. I thought, like, anytime like there was a big matchup on like someone smaller, he came over and like helped, got a couple of blocks. So, the stat line, not going to jump off the page. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, only 1 turnover. Only 1 foul as well, though. 3 offensive rebounds. He was just solid. And I think if you flip it back the other way here, Tatum's got away with it. He's a team high plus 20. But Luke Kornet, second on the team in plus minus at plus 15. Meanwhile, Neemias Queta, a team low minus 10. And like, that's clearly the story for the Celtics at the moment, is what they're doing with this big man rotation. And it's frustrating as a fan of a team that is capable of so much. You watch the first half, like obviously Queta played in that first half, but that third quarter collapse from the Celtics against the Cavs, like very much driven by Neemias Queta. And you're like, would that have happened in the playoffs? Would that have happened in a game that meant more? And Missoula admitted as much. No. So 1, we see Luke Kornet start the second half. 2, we see Xavier Tillman for the first time in what feels like forever. And I was like thinking that he's injured. He went down to Maine to scrimmage with Porzingis. And I thought that was like, is that potentially injury cover at this point? Like, are they just pretending that he's like fine, sending him down to Maine, get some reps in? I thought Tillman came in and gave us really solid minutes. All of this wrapped up in the idea that it's absolutely ridiculous that we were in a dogfight with the Washington Wizards. Alas, here we are. At least it was a win and not a loss. Does Tillman jump off the page? No, he played 8.5 minutes. He went 0 for 2 from the field. He missed a corner 3 that was close. He missed a floater that was not that close. But what the thing about Tillman is, he's just like going to be in the right places. And that's just something you can't say about Neemias Queta right now. It's just very up and down, and it feels like very much only down right now. X gonna give it to you, finally. I'm not sure we have enough plays from today to get the song out and me to cut together a highlight video, but he was really solid. I hated that the first time he came in was in the double big lineup with Queta. I was like, yes, we're seeing Tillman. Fuck, we're seeing double bigs with Queta and Tillman. But it was fine. Yeah, the switching looked really good, man. Like, there was one play where Poole blew past him, but like that's going to happen. You're not going to be perfect. While I just think of it, everybody, like the stream, please, just like move your finger, hit the button, would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, man, Cornet and Tillman we just need solid play, man. Like, you don't need to be awesome on this team. You just need to be solid and not get fucking destroyed. And Queta's just been in the wrong place over and over again. It wasn't all bad for Queta. Like, he got to the line a bunch. He went 5 for 6 from the free throw line, which we desperately needed. But Luke Cornet, so good to see him back and playing at the level that he's capable of. The big platoon, the veterans minimum big man platoon that Brad Stevens has created, 3 bigs for $6 million or 4 bigs for $15 million once you add in Al Horford. No Horford tonight, obviously, so that hurt you big time with him being out with an illness. I got to give the game ball to Luke Cornet. Jaylen Brown, I think, was second tier. Jaylen Brown, man, like, not perfect. I didn't think that he played badly. I just thought he couldn't make shots. Like, he ends the game 3 for 13 from 3. So that means he was 11 for 27 overall, which means he was 8 for 15 from 2. Am I doing the math right? 8 for whatever. He was much better from 2, and he was 6 for 8 from the free throw line. He's consistently getting himself to the line more than 7 times a game. He was averaging 6.7 free throw attempts coming in tonight, 8 more free throw attempts, and he knocks down 6 of them, continuing his best free throw shooting season ever, and had the 5 assists. And he shot of the game, dude. Like, he late shot clock, spin move, Kuzma draped all over him, fading, just like should not have gone in, and that was the dagger. That was like, we're up 5. I think that put us up 7 towards the end of the game. And then it was like, okay, stop in a bucket. We got to get this point differential. But Jaylen Brown, I thought, really set the tone as best as he could. The threes, I thought, like, he took 13 threes, which was a lot. He took a very, very bad one. He came back in the fourth quarter. And the first shot that he took was, it was like the Wizards switched and they didn't hand off the switch well. But there was an opening to take the 3. He was open, but deep 3 off the bench in a night that you are very, very cold. Look, not an advisable decision, but overall, I thought that his decision making and the shots that he did take were all good shots. Like, you got to take those shots when you're wide open. Like, it's just detrimental to the offense. I don't care who it is. If it's Jordan Walsh, if it's Xavier Tillman, you're wide open on some of these catch and shoot stuffs. You just got to take him. And he did. Hit the biggest shot of the night, set the tone, had a couple of nice defensive plays as well. The defense definitely picked up at the end of like the second quarter and was in and out from there. But Jaylen Brown could definitely make the argument for MVP. Derek White, I mean, at halftime had not made a shot. Maybe he was 1 for 6. And man, RJ, if you're on the playback at halftime, RJ called it. He was like, don't worry, in the fourth quarter, Derek White will turn up. 2 monster threes from D White in the fourth quarter. Like, he is Mr. Fourth Quarter. He is the clutch man. You can see right here, Derek White's mistress. Beautiful to see him turn up in the fourth quarter. And he hit another bucket as well, had a floater in the fourth quarter as well. He ended up 4 for 11. At least 3 of those makes were in the fourth quarter. 3 assists to 1 turnover. You live with that. I thought Drew was like unbelievable defensively. I thought he sensed that Tatum didn't have it and that the team needed him to be more aggressive on both ends. Defensively, I thought he was everywhere, man. Yeah, a great Mistress and Drew game. Drew defensively been really good all season, obviously, but tonight, like I think maybe it stood out more because the defense really struggled throughout the game. And man, couple of big threes. Drew knocked down all of his free throws, 8 for 8 from the free throw line, 4 steals and a block, 5 stocks for Drew Holiday. Very, very nice game for Holiday in a game that you really needed it. And that's kind of been the story for Drew Holiday since he's gotten here, I feel like. It's like, do we need Drew Holiday more than we would on another night? If the answer is yes, he tends to step up. Game 2 of the finals, am I remembering that right? Feel like he went nuts. You have like Tatum found him for like 6+ assists. Really, really solid night for Drew Holiday. Very impressive. Love to see that. Sam Hauser. Speaking of things that you love to see, 5 for 7, 3 for 5 for 3. When's the last time Sam Hauser had a 60% 3-point shooting night on 5 attempts? 3 rebounds, 3 steals. I thought his defense was really good tonight as well. Just the fact that he's moving well is really, really nice to see. Just like with that back thing early in the season, he's still not playing a ton of minutes. I feel like they've got him on a minutes restriction. Almost 22 minutes tonight. He looks like he's moving well. The confidence was there. Had a couple of like nice mid-range jump shots, drives into the lane. Very, very nice performance from Sam Hauser. And that's just big for this team. I think like you got to shout out the bench, I thought, in this game. Like Pritchard, Hauser, Cornette in particular. And then obviously we talked about Tillman. They came in early in the game, and I thought that they like really, really like kept them in it and helped them actually go on a bit of a run. Shout out RJ for the super chat. Appreciate you, legend. Fourth quarter, Derek White, 3 for 4, 8 points. He's the fucking man, dude. They were putrid. Don't get it twisted. They were putrid. I like it when the Celtics win. I'm gonna be happy when the Celtics win. So thank God they were putrid, and then they still won the game. Because like losing a game to the Washington Wizards would have been just so embarrassing, such a disaster to lose to literally the worst team in the league. Not by record, but they had the worst net rating in the NBA coming into tonight. So that's like most of the positive stuff. Pritchard was solid, I thought. 9 points, 4 assists, pretty solid. Jason Tatum, very, 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 very bad game. He ends the game, though, a team high plus 20. I think that's because the bench really saved his ass. 16 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. The counting numbers, he's going to get away with it a little bit with the advanced analytics. So our MVP case, going to still be a little bit solid here, but it was Al Horford was out sick. T-Mac in the playback was like, maybe Tatum is also sick. He did have a weird substitution pattern in this game where he typically plays most of the third quarter. He came out early, but he played the entire fourth quarter, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know what was going on there. 0 for 10 from 3, 6 for 19. That is, and he missed 2 free throws, 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Just straight garbage for most of the game. Like no one has ever respected the NBA Cup less than Jason Tatum, but he had that. Yeah, I thought in the fourth quarter he played the best that he did. I'm not sure what the field goal numbers were in the fourth quarter, but he had that nice fadeaway, had a couple of nice drives, had a couple of nice passes, but I mean that was easily his worst game of the season, probably. Either that or the Hawks game. Yeah, not a good game from Jason Tatum. Thankfully, they survived it and got the win, and thankfully he still racked up the 9 rebounds and the 8 assists to help our agenda purposes. You know, it's important to get that stuff under the belt if you can as well. No late night show tonight. Me and Ben Vallis will be back live tonight, Australia time. So that'll be in about 6 hours from now. If you're still awake or if you're getting up early, that's when we'll be going live to talk about this game, but more just some broader Celtic stuff and broader NBA stuff as well. So shout out everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys listening to everything. And yeah, the courts tonight were intense. The red court tonight was hurting my brain. But they are now in the driver's seat. Let's check the score. Let's check the scores. What do we got? Bulls up 15 in the fourth quarter. That is huge because the Hawks are 2-0 right now. Bulls are 0-1 in the cup. If they win this game and the Cavs beat the Hawks and the Celtics beat the Bulls, we will be through in the NBA Cup. So that is looking very, very good. Everybody, Good to see you all. I will speak to you very, very soon. Till next time. Go Celtics, baby.